Hello sim fans, Racing 393. Got another little beaut for you today. So this particular car is a Glickenhaus or a Glickenhaus. Glickenhaus. I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but it's part of it's a new car that United Racing Design have released. It's about €5. Now looking at the car, this is a hypercar. It's pretty much based. It's owned by, or built by, Scuderia, and its main design was the Enzo. That's where the sort of the Pininfarina. That's kind of where the design came from. I'm just going to grab up some information on my desktop here because there's quite a lot of information here that it's not straightforward how this works, if you see what I mean. So just bear with me a minute. The cost of this car in real life is an eye-watering $2.3 million, and it's basically hand-built to order. And the Glickenhaus, they will build you one of these. It's a 007 model. It's nothing to do with James Bond. And if you've got the money, you can compete in the 24 Hour of Le Mans. This is a hypercar, and it's powered by a twin turbo V8. It's about nearly 700 odd brake horsepower, and weighing in at roughly something like it's either just under or just over or thereabouts 1,000 kilos. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, a little bit more information about this. It comes out for Assetto Corsa and R Factor 2, by the way. We're in Assetto Corsa for this one. It's Scuderia Glickenhaus SCG 007. That's the actual name of this. SCG is actually Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus, who is a horrendously wealthy person collecting speciality cars that, to be honest with you, well, some of them I didn't even know existed. I can have a look here. So let me just have a look to see what he's got. The main design for this Glickenhaus is a Ferrari P4/5 by Pininfarina. Now, what I'm going to do is just stick a picture up on in front of this one now of what that Ferrari looks like. So here is the Ferrari P4/5 by Pininfarina. Now, as Ferraris go, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of Ferrari. I mean, everyone likes, most people like Ferrari. Some of people would be kind of, their wishes and their sort of future would be to be able to afford to buy a Ferrari. I mean, I wouldn't quite go that far unless I had like loads of money, I suppose. But as Ferraris go, this one looks absolutely stunning, completely impractical for day-to-day running. But if you can afford one of these, I don't suppose you are a day-to-day person, as it were. So this is what the Glickenhaus is based on. The Ferrari P4/5 by Pininfarina. Beautiful car. Now, as far as some other cars in the collection, which I'm not going to have all pictures of, but I can read them out to you. So they've got the Ferrari there. They've also got something like 1988 GTB Turbo, the 1970 Ferrari Modulo by Pininfarina, the Dino Competizione, the 1967 Ferrari, a Ferrari 1967 Ferrari 412P, that's quite a famous Le Mans type Ferrari for back in the day. There's loads on them. I'm not going to read them all out now. Also got a 1947 Ferrari 159 Spider Corsa, lovely car. You know, as far as those Ferraris that I've just read off are ones that would resonate with me, that I would I'd sort of wish I could be in a position to afford. I wouldn't necessarily say that whether or not I'd want one. It's a completely different world being able to afford a Ferrari, let alone drive a Ferrari. I mean, some people would be lucky enough to drive a Ferrari, I suppose. It's not that difficult to be in a position where you can drive one, I guess. So back onto the we're going to just go back to the other picture of the car that we're going to take around the track in Assetto Corsa. So this is the car that we're going to be taking around in Assetto Corsa. €5. It cost me off United Racing Design, which is about, I don't know what it is in sort of UK money. I don't know, it's £4.13 or something. You have to look it up what it is in your own currencies if you happen to be elsewhere. But yeah, so this is the car we're going to take around a very iconic track as well. So I've chosen Monza, which is the home of Ferrari. These are based, you think these would be in Italy, but they're actually built in New York. Sleepy Hollow is from what I've looked up on. I'm just trying to find some other information here that may be of interest. It is a hypercar. Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus, also commonly known as Glickenhaus and SCG, is a small automotive company based in Sleepy Hollow, which is a good film, New York. Founded in 2004 by James Glickenhaus, who's he's a film producer. He's done a lot of films, although the films that I read, I may have only heard of two of them. Exterminator 1 and 2 or something? Exterminator. I think I've heard of him, but I don't know. I'm trying to think who was in it. I can't remember now, but there's some other films that he's done that I'm not aware of, so it doesn't really make him, a nobody, because he can afford things like this. So anyway, we're going to hop over into Assetto Corsa now, and we're going to jump. Well, we're not going to jump straight into the car. We're going to go into the graphical representation as we do within the game, and we'll kind of compare how well it's been modelled by the United Racing Design guys there. So bear with me while we hop into the game. This is the car in the game. It looks absolutely incredible. It looks. I mean, apparently you can have these as a road-going car as well, and they're pretty much exactly like that. Maybe not on slicks, as this one looks like it is. Now, it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I mean, I kind of get the kind of, I don't know, it's a bit futuristic looking. A full-bodied F1 car, for example. But looking at it, yeah, I mean, I don't know. To me, I particularly like the way that you can see where all the air intakes. I mean, there, for example, there's nothing there. I mean, you'd think that would be a little bit weird, because that's the front of the car, and it's got these like shark fins, not shark fins, like the gills on a shark, where the water flows through the mouth of a shark and out through the fins, or the side gills. I keep saying fins, gills. And without that happening, now we're changing the subject here, and completely stuff that I don't know a huge amount about this, let alone sharks, but a shark, I don't want to go into much detail here, this is going to get stupid, but a shark swimming through the water, the reason it survives is because the water goes through its mouth and out through its gills. This is where I'm heading with. This is why I've said it. And that's what that reminds me of. I mean, that, I'm hoping you can see, well, not you can see it, sometimes the camera view doesn't portray what I'm actually seeing. That's incredible. I do like that. So the air would just flow through there and out here. So you can see how it would come. Quite big gills, vents. I think it's not a shark. Let's get off the shark subject. It does look like a shark though. And then we've got these air intakes here, and the cooling brakes, and this fancy design with the rear wing. It's a stunning looking car. I'm really excited to drive this. A very futuristic race car rear end diffuser. Again, all these vents to allow the air to just flow through the vehicle. That looks. I'm trying to see. Oh, there's the exhaust there. Twin exhausts. And this is actually based on the real race car. So, looking at it, without going back onto the real picture, I believe they're real sponsors on here. I could be wrong. It's got quite a futuristic looking dashboard in there. I'm not sure we can get how close we can get, but I'm hoping you can see that. I mean, the wheel I'm using is nothing like that. I mean, I'm only on my fanatic like F1 sort of mid 80s to mid not to 90s F1 wheel. That's incredible. So we're going to get this, rather than talk about this shark-like looking car, we're going to take this out on the track now. As I said, I thought about doing it around the home of Ferrari, which is Monza. It's not a particularly, fantastic rendition of the Monza track. I'm not even sure if it's the most current one. I can't remember. I'll have to have a look. But we're going to take it round, and we're going to see. Here we are in the pits. So I have taken it out for a few laps just to get it all dialed in, mainly for my calibration of my own brain. I've been on Gran Turismo 7 for the last week or so. You don't realise the transition from a console simulator, if you like, to a PC simulator. It's so a million miles different, in my opinion. So I had to do a few adjustments to the way I drive. In some ways, the console's got some really good points, PlayStation 5. And in other ways, the PC is far superior. But we're going to be in the car now. Here we are in the car in the pits. I'm just going to adjust my view a little bit here. For some reason, it is slight. I might be sitting slightly different. So, yeah, I think I'm trying to get the centre of the wheel there, kind of where I would be. It's quite plain inside it, to be honest. I think I might have. I've got a feeling I've done a video on this on R Factor 2, but I can't remember now. But from where I'm sat, it looks like I'm in the car. I've only got like a rear sort of digital mirror there, which is, it's all right. There's nothing out there on the track anyway. It's only going to be me. It is an old version of Monza, 1988. I have got the new Monza track. I just loaded up this one because it was the first one I picked, and I've been round it. You can see the old shark gills there, nicely done. Usually this car would have a nice pretty dashboard, all lit up, but it hasn't got that because I've got the wheel turned off. I tend to run my sims with the wheel off on the game anyway. I have to just a second, I'm going to adjust my seated position. I'm not happy with, it's not in the centre. It's kind of, for me, it's slightly off. Okay, that's slightly better. I'm more sort of sat in my eye line, where the column in the game, the steering column, it looks like it's pointing kind of where my wheel would be in real life. I think it's got to be roughly about, I'm so fussy when it comes to where it should be. There we go, that's better. I feel like I'm in the cockpit now. 7-speed sequential.
What's your speed limit in the pits? Pit exits clear.
So we'll take like a reconnaissance lap first.
Your tyres are cold, watch out.
Feels a bit, Assetto Corsa-ish. I mean, we are in the game. But you know what I mean. Some people say that Assetto Corsa's a bit long in the tooth now. I kind of see why they say that. But you can never beat, you know, the modding community for bringing out random race cars. But yeah, I suppose the physics though are very good. But when you compare things like some of the modern sims, maybe that the Assetto Corsa could do with a bit of a tweak, but that ain't gonna happen. But this car, it feels quite planted actually. We'll do a couple of quick laps. Well, quicker laps. 7th gear, down the long main straight, into the left-hander now. Almost too much speed there. The old Monza. Curva Granda. Flat out. Variante Della Roggia. Lesmo 1. As they're called now. Oh, gone wide there. Slightly different profile, these corners, to the sort of the modern Monza. Back into 7-speed again. Car does feel pretty planted. It's only me that's making the mistake at the moment. The final chicane, which is Variante Ascari. I'm looking at the name of the corner rather than where I'm going. Right. Let's keep it up in the revs now. Nearly overshot then the Parabolica. Got no rev counter anywhere.
That was a 143.00. Your times are good in all 3 sectors.
Okay. On the brakes, nice braking. Through these corners now, not too quite fast. And clipping the apexes. Using the revs and the speed of this twin turbo V8. Desmo 1 pushes a little bit there.
Sector 1 is quick.
Car does sound really well. And the brakes are phenomenal. Oh, that's wide. Woo!
Sector 2 time is okay. Left side tyres are cold.
So after that little mishap, we'll try another clean lap. See if we can wind this thing up a little bit. Apart from the mistake I made, it does feel stuck to the track. And the brakes are super sharp. It does push a little bit. I mean, I'm only on the stock settings, I haven't done anything different. But this is where I went wrong. A bit more conservative then. But it actually goes really, really well. Bit understeery there. Loads of traction. Yeah, it does feel good.
Your last lap time was 1:38.79. That's your quickest lap in this session.
So that's the lap. Typically now what I'm going to do now is set up a replay. We'll go around it, have a little chat about the car, some of my final thoughts. It's not really a review on it, really, to be honest. It's more of an arrive and drive and how it feels. So let me just set that up. So here we are, and I've slowed the video down. It's still got some sound. So we come down to the first chicane, the old way, so left, right, left. What I found with the with this car, it's absolutely stuck to the track. I don't think it rides the curbs too well, and the mistake I made was pretty much my own mistake, if I'm honest. The lights I didn't realise were on. I could have turned them off, but I suppose it is kind of early morning in Italy. So we can see the car sort of turning in there in slow motion, a bit wide. But what I found is that it'll take a bit of getting used to, if I'm honest. Jumping from Gran Turismo 7 into this is a bit of a mission. You can see there the sort of the brake discs glowing very lightly, the front discs. Now, because this is an older circuit within the game, it hasn't got any up-to-date cameras on the replay. You're just stuck with the static, generic camera angles, if you like. So it's not the best. But it sounds good. Bit of braking into the final chicane here, where last time round I spun. I took it quite conservative here. I didn't want to go off again. So the reason I slow these videos down is really so that I've got time to talk. It is rather loud. I'm hoping you can hear me, but overall the car drives well. It sticks to the track. It's got good turn in, amazing traction, really good brakes. You can sort of stamp on that brake pedal on the load cell and you can really feel the modulation working. It does push at low speeds, which it might well do in real life, I don't know. You should be able to dial that out with some settings anyway. But it's certainly got lots of traction when you come out the slow corners. And here we come across the line. I think we did a 138. I don't know how quick that is in relation to what they should be doing. I'm not going to look into it that far. But we go across the line here, so this is where I'll stop it. This is the new car by United Racing Design. Glickenhaus Scuderia 007. Based on the Ferrari P4/5. Designed is pretty much Pininfarina. And owned by a rich businessman, really, to be honest. So not for us mere mortals. It's a hypercar, and it competes in the Le Mans 24-hour. That was last year. I'm not sure what's happening this year. Haven't looked into the details. I mean, if you've got that much money and you're investing into the team or the cars, and they cost some 3 point something million or whatever I said, something ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe that is too much. But anyway, very pleasing. Only €5. I'll put a link in the description. If you're interested, you can have a look yourself. I mean, it's if you like your hypercars and things, it seems to be a bit of a pattern at the moment with hypercars and things within various sims. R-Factor 2 being one of them. Assetto Corsa's got plenty, and Automobilista 2 has them in the pipeline. So they have got some, I get that, but they're sort of focusing on having more variety. So yeah, get yourself along to United Racing Design. Great bunch of people, as in their work, and you'll be very pleased. I've done quite a few videos of their cars. Yeah, can't really fault it, only my driving. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.